Hello, everybody. Dr. Rick dropping in on you. Hope everybody is having a great day. Getting off to a little bit of a later start than usual. Still trying to collect ourselves here in Houston after uh, Hurricane Beryl came through. Luckily, it was a Cat 1, but we caught the dirty side of that Cat 1 before it basically disorganized and dissolved. So, still some power outages, nothing overly catastrophic, but definitely some damages and some injuries. But we're still here. I just got power back this morning, so still trying to gather myself and get everything going. Had some connectivity issues and went to some spots to do some satellite work, and they were all closed. It's been, what you can expect on a situation like that, but we're right back at it the day after. You go through the thing, you deal with the thing, you keep moving, and you press forward. That's life. The storm is literal and figurative sometimes, and you have to be ready to move through the storm. What I want to talk to you today about is the importance of being decisive in taking action to transform your life. It's not what you want that you get, it's who you are. If you're not capable of producing the thing you want, you'll never have it. You can wish for it, you can talk about it, you can be upset because other people have it. But I guarantee you, until you make up in your mind that you're going to become the person capable of creating or producing are sustaining this thing that you say you want, you're going to consistently end up frustrated and pushed back. But what I tell you, if you make up in your mind that you're going to transform your life, that you're going to become what it takes, become what's necessary, become what you should be in order to have what you desire, you're going to always be first. But when you do it, when you make up in your mind to change, you're going to see some things take place. This isn't a magic quotient. This isn't a magic elixir. This isn't some incantation that you go out and speak. This is about sitting up and taking action, deliberate action, intentional action, making up in your mind what you're going to be, having a clear vision about what it is you need. It's about your health. It's about your view of finances. It's about your view of abundance in life and gratitude. It's about how you see the world around you, because I guarantee you there's nobody out there better than you. There are people doing things differently than you. There are people thinking differently than you. There are people practicing behaviors differently than you. When you shift your thinking, when you shift your mindset, when you shift your focus, when you make up in your mind that the things that you desire will become a part of the things you do intentionally, you will develop habits that will get you to the place. Again, this is not a magical elixir. I'm telling you, as a person who has been through many things and done and accomplished many things, I've seen the upside of life, I've seen the downside of life, but on the downside, I never became discouraged because I understood that in my mind I had what it would take to get to where I wanted or to recover what I lost. And that's the thing that I want to share with you today. Before I move forward, I want to point you to the description box. For the last couple of years, we've been doing personalized success and growth plans. These are growth plans that are specifically aimed at who you are as an individual, meaning that nobody else will have your growth plan. It's going to be based on your personality, your desire, your goals, your background. All these things will be taken into consideration when we create this personalized success and growth plan for you. It's a 6-month step-by-step growth plan with all of the instructions and everything you need to follow it. I promise you, if you stay with this growth plan, you will change your thinking, you will change your behavior, you will change your outcome, you will create successful practices, how to start your day, so much more. You will be successful. We're offering that. We also have a personalized fitness and weight loss plan. For those who don't know, my first business was Stay Fit Fitness and Training over 30 years ago. It's still going today as Master Fitness 21. I am no longer training people personally, but I am writing programs, doing research, and I've created a personalized structure to personalize your fitness and weight loss goals. All of that. Then we have another plan. The other plan is the holistic plan. And this comes from the release of my latest book, my 28th book, which is Healed and Whole. This is about mind and body connectivity. This is about brain and heart coherence. This is about creating the homeostatic state that you have to be in to promote internal and self-healing. It's possible. It's being done around the world. It's working. I am sharing it with you after years and years and years and years of research. I've given it to you in one volume, but I'm going to give you a plan on how to start the process of self-healing. It begins with the mind. It begins with setting a state of gratitude, but it's so much more. And that plan is also available. These plans are usually $2.99 a piece. Right now, they are $99 each, or you can get the entire bundle for $249. All that information is in there, but it's only for the next 36 hours. Tomorrow at midnight, so 36 and women, but tomorrow at midnight is when this expires. So you have today and tomorrow, but I'm only taking the first 100 people because we actually have to sit down and create each one of those individuals. There's no template because each plan is individual, but we love what we do with this. It is extremely successful. It's not as good as working with me in a one-on-one capacity, but I promise you it is very, very, very effective. Again, for less than $100, you can get a personalized 6-month plan, either to work on your success goals in whatever career, starting a business, finance, whatever, or your health, fitness, weight loss, or your holistic health, which is mind, body, soul, and spirit. All of these things are there. You can even get a bundle that's in the inside. Take advantage of it while it lasts. It ends tomorrow night at midnight. Now, let's talk about this for a second. I come across so many people talking about what they want. I come across so many people who are frustrated because they say they want these things and they don't get it. I come across people who are literally upset because other people seem to have things that they don't have. And they tend to be caught up in this state of envy and jealousy, or even bitterness and anger, because they see people with things they don't have, and in their mindset they can have. Let me tell you, God meets us at the level of our expectation. Life meets us at the level of our expectation. The universe meets us at the level of our expectation. No matter how you view the power and forces and how they work around you, you will never move beyond your expectation. If you expect to fail, you will fail. If you expect things to be withheld from you, they will be. If you expect things to be at a distance and out of your reach, they will be. You have to start believing that you can touch that dream. You have to start believing that you can transform your life. You have to start believing that you can reach higher heights. It's not a magic thing that's going to happen. It's not some thing that you call out. It's not that some people have higher favor in God or the universe or all. Let me tell you, it's about walking out your purpose. It's about making up in your mind that you're going to do something. It's about an intentional move and a decisive move to do something. It's about saying, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to have. And then starting the process of becoming. I say this all the time. People are upset because they're not getting what they want. You don't get what you want in this life. That's the illusion that creates the delusion. It is the idea that I can want something bad enough and I can have it. No, you can want something bad enough that it ignites something within you that starts a process of you intentionally moving toward it. You can do that. Just wanting it badly is not going to get it for you. But if you want it badly enough that you start to take action, you want it badly enough that you discipline yourself, you want it badly enough that you focus and commit to becoming the person capable of having it, you will have it every time. Now, it might not happen in the time frame you want. That's something else that people do. They quit. They quit before they ever get started. Why? Because it didn't happen in the first 6 months. It didn't happen in the first year. I've had things that I thought would happen within a year. It took me 5, 6, 7 years to do. Why? Because it may be more than what you anticipated, because a lot of what you're going to have to do, you've never done before. So you got up in your mind, well, it should only take this amount of time. And then you realize it may take longer. You also don't take into consideration the what ifs of life, the things that happen that you could not have anticipated, that's going to come in and stir up things and create challenges that were unexpected. You got to make room for that. So my thing is, I got two choices when I make up in my mind that I'm going to get something. I'm either going to get it or I'm going to die in the process of trying. I'm going to get it or die trying, but what I will not do is quit. What I will not do is relent. What I will not do is turn back. What I will not do is give up. But so many people quit because it doesn't happen in the timing that they said. People quit because it becomes difficult. People quit because people are laughing and talking about it. People quit. Let me tell you something. We live in a world of mediocre people. The world literally operates around this idea of average, the average person, the average this, the median that, and all of these things. And everybody's talking about the average. And then people get comfortable in being average. Why? Because that's where everybody's hanging out. But your uniqueness said you weren't meant to be average. The uniqueness of your design, the uniqueness of your personality, the uniqueness of your gifting says you weren't meant to be average. You weren't meant to be mediocre. There's something on the inside of you that's demanding to come out, and it will produce the things your heart is yearning for, because it's the gift that will make room for you. It is the gift that will bring you before great men and create opportunities. It's on the inside of you. It's a uniqueness. But the problem is we've gotten the mindset that we want to do what everybody else does because that's where everybody else is at. So what happens when you do what everybody else does? You get what everybody else gets. That's average. The things that you are seeing that are seemingly far off are not average. They're special. They're unique. They're powerful. And if you're going to do something, you're going to have to do things that the average person won't do. That's how you get what the average person doesn't have. It's not that some people have better. Yeah, people start in different places. People got people they can call, but I've seen people with perfect plans, perfect resources, but didn't have the drive and the will, didn't make it. I seen a person that started flat down in the bushes and decided that they were going to have it, didn't have a plan, but had a heart to get it, had a heart and a desire to prove themselves to be something beyond what the world said they were. I've seen it. You know why? Because that person was me. I've seen it long before the books were written, long before the companies were started, long before the traveling happened, long before I had clients on multiple continents. I came from a place where nothing was expected of me. In fact, it was a bunch of people said I wouldn't live to be 18. Now I've got grandkids almost approaching that age. Close, but a couple more years. They said I couldn't. Well, why do you fight so hard? Because they said I couldn't. There's something on the inside of me. You can't tell me what I can't do. You can't tell me what I can't have. You can't tell me what's impossible. I don't buy into impossible. Impossible is an illusion. It's a word that people create to give them excuses for the things they're not willing to commit to. I don't accept impossible. The transformation you're looking for is on the other side of the idea of impossible. The transformation you're looking for is on the other side of fear, on the other side of pain, on the other side of discomfort. You're trying to hide in your corner of comfort. You're trying to sit back and measure the risk. It's time for you to stand up and make up in your mind and be intentional about what you want. So intentional that you make changes. So intentional that you discipline yourself. So intentional that you make up in your mind that you're going to move beyond what's in front of you. What's in front of you is there to test you, not stop you. What's in front of you is there to strengthen you, not weaken you. You're going to have to make up in your mind that you're going to push beyond the borders of the things that are average in your life, the borders of the things that are said to be impossible, the borders of the things that are said to be risky. And you're going to have to step out and you're going to have to make up in your mind that I'm not turning back, that I'm not giving up, that I'm not surrendering, that I'm not retreating, that I'm going to press on until I take hold of the thing that I have set my mind to have. I look and I see so much talent, so much potential, but most people are going to take the potential to the grave with them. One of my mentors used to always say, God rest his soul, Dr. Miles Monroe. He said that the wealthiest place on this planet is a cemetery. Why? Because you find books not written, companies not started, inventions not created, business relationships and partnerships not brought together, people not operating in their potential and leaving their potential on the table, dying. That's why when you hear me at the end of my videos, I often say I live my life on full so that I die on E. What am I saying? I'm not taking anything to the grave with me. I'm intentionally pressing for something greater. I'm intentionally pushing beyond the barriers of mediocrity. I'm intentionally pushing beyond what people say is possible. I'm pushing because I can't leave any potential. 86,400 seconds in a day. What are you doing with it? What you do with that time is going to determine the outcome of your life. Are you accepting mediocrity because that's what everybody said is within your grasp? Are you accepting mediocrity because everybody else is there? Are you accepting it because it seems safe? Are you accepting it because you feel that's where you belong? Let me tell you something. I stopped believing in average before I left school. Let me tell you why. Because all the way through school, they told you that average was successful. You could have a C, which is average, and you were considered to successfully pass your course. But when I got old enough, and fortunately, I was an honor roll student, an A student. But what I noticed in my observation were C students weren't necessarily performing as well as A students in world. And let me tell you, it wasn't because they were dumber. No, that's not why. What I found is there was a large number of C students who had A potential, but had accepted I can still be considered successful with less effort. So they sit up there and they decided that this is the road I'm going to take, the road of minimal effort. I'm still going to be considered successful. And that works even when you leave high school and go to college. You can get C's and get by and successfully created. But now companies may ask for that transcript to find out, yeah, you got the degree, but let's see how well did you do in school. But see, the thing is, it's not even about the grade or who's the smartest. It's about the mindset of what I'm willing to accept. See, I found that D students, when they apply themselves, become A minus and B students when they want to. The thing is, most people aren't applying themselves because they're simply trying to get a successful grade. They're not trying to win. They're not trying to excel. They're not trying to get beyond the moment. And so what I learned is there's no such thing as average in success. It's an illusion. They keep the average people in the cog of the wheel to keep the wheel turning, and they reward the people who decide to step up and go for something greater. Those are the ones who get rewarded. Those are the ones who get blessed. You're going to have to be willing to sit up and say, I'm not comfortable. I'm not content. I'm not satisfied with simply having a C. I decided that I not only am capable of an A, but I am responsible and accountable to my purpose in this world to achieve an A. So now when I make up in my mind, I go out into the world and I take on the world in the same way I took on my schooling. I take it on. I'm here for an A performance. And if I don't get an A performance, I keep trying until I master it, until I nail it, until I reach a point where I own it. And that's what life is about. It's about becoming an expert in an area you once were a novice in, and to the point that people look at you as the person to turn to when they need to achieve something. That's how you establish your value in the world. That's how you write your ticket. That's how you elevate yourself to do and have and achieve the things. You've got to stop settling. Because people who settle become manipulated by people who didn't. That's the difference between business owners and employees. And this isn't being said with judgment. This is being said with a sense of urgency. We were conditioned for years that the best thing we could do is get a good job that paid us enough to take care of our family. And it tapped into the innate primal responsibility of supporting our families, especially men, but women too in these days and times. But what it did, it tapped into it. So all we need, man, we gotta have one of those jobs. No, what you have to have is an income. How you get that is going to be determined by the road you take. And this isn't stepping on anybody, because at some time, if you got to do it, you got to do what you got to do. But it should always be a mindset. If I'm bringing value to a person enough that they're paying me to do it, how can I bring that value without them being the middleman? Because see, they're selling my value to someone else. Can I sell my value to that person without using them? Now, I don't have the leverage or the power or the marketing resources that they have, so I probably can't generate as much with my skill set and my expertise as they can, but I can generate more than what they're paying me. And does risk come with it? Yes, but I promise you, it's not just about saying I'm a business owner. It's not just about saying it's my own boss. It's about the mindset of solving my own problems. It's about the mindset of elevating myself and doing something beyond what the average person is doing, so that I position myself to do above and beyond what is average. I'm not designed for average, and neither are you. You raise the standard by raising your intent. When you raise your intent, you raise your expectation. When you raise your expectation, you heighten your anticipation. And when you do these things, you create things and realities for yourself in the future that you would have never otherwise not experienced. But it's up to you. What are the challenges that you are going to approach and engage and take on? That's my question. What are you willing to do beyond what you've been doing to have the things you say you want? Get out of that box of average. That's my challenge. That is my challenge. Again, for a limited time until tomorrow to midnight, you can get either of the personalized success and growth plan, personalized fitness and weight loss plan, personalized holistic health and self-healing plan, or you can get the entire bundle, all of it at an immensely discounted price. Those plans are normally $299 a piece. You can get either one of them for $99, or you can get all three for $249, there, which will be regularly $757, but you can get it today for $249. I promise you, these, when I say personalized, it's exactly what I mean. When I designed this personalized concept, it wasn't templated. I designed it to literally have to go in and do a DISC assessment, a personality assessment, a goal assessment, and a state of being assessment to know where you are, where you plan on going, what your background is, what your strengths are, and design a program specifically for you to hit the goals you say you want to hit. And this is what we're doing in each of these areas. And I'm excited about it because up until this point, we have done extremely well, not just in the promotion and sale of this, but in the successes. And I want you to take a step. Again, no, it's not the same as working with me. I would prefer to you to take any advantage that you have at working with me. And I'm going to make some offers as far as that goes for a couple of spots I have available. But for everyone who can't afford to work with me, this is a way to get yourself going. What are you willing to invest in yourself? What are you willing to put into yourself? How intentional will you become in doing the things that are absolutely necessary to have the things that you say you want? This real simple, but it requires discipline. It requires consistency. Look, on that note, I'm gonna get ready to get out here. As I always say, I live my life on full so that when I leave this place, I die on E. That's my challenge to you too. Do not leave your potential untapped. On that note, I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable remainder of your day.